Following what the FBI described as an assassination attempt on Donald Trump yesterday, we have seen this outpouring of faux outrage for MAGA, really hypocritical outrage, because instead of addressing the root issue of political violence, which Donald Trump and his MAGA movement have been inspiring since 2015, we see Republicans and Trump stooges at large, and of course Trump himself, trying to capitalize on this moment, use it for their own political gain, instead of talking about lowering temperature in this country, talking about gun control. So no, they don't want to do that. They want to fundraise, they want to grift, and they want to attack Democrats in disgusting and disgraceful ways. And one of the most insidious ways that was done was by Elon Musk last night, in a post that was so bad that he had to delete it. Now, you may know the post that I'm referring to, and we are going to get into it in just a second. But if you are as upset as I am with what Elon posted, there is some good news, because he finally got what he deserved. Some accountability for what he said with his massive and dangerous platform that he uses to post and spread misinformation all of the time. But before we get into what Elon said, I think it is important to provide context with Donald Trump's kind of unhinged remarks that he made this morning about that assassination attempt. So right before we get into those, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, it goes a long way. And supporting our channel now, let's see what Donald Trump had to say this morning. Trump took to truth social writing, the rhetoric, lies as exemplified by the false statements made by Comrade Kamala Harris during the rigged and highly partisan ABC debate, and all of the ridiculous lawsuits specifically designed to inflict damage on Joe's then Kay's political opponent. Me has taken politics in our country to a whole new level of hatred, abuse, and distrust. Because of this communist left rhetoric, the bullets are flying, and it will only get worse, allowing millions of people from places unknown to invade and take over our country is an unpardonable sin. Our borders must be closed, and the terrorist criminals and mentally insane immediately removed from American cities and towns, deported back to their countries of origin. We want people to come into our country, but they must love our nation and come in legally and through a system of merit. The world is laughing at us as fools. They are stealing our jobs and our wealth. We cannot let them laugh any longer. Make America great again. So after claiming that it's dangerous for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris to talk about Donald Trump's failures as president and talk about the dangers of his policy, saying that that's causing political violence, which is just not true, Donald Trump decides to fearmonger about immigrants, which has caused political violence, as we see schools in Springfield, Ohio being evacuated every single day because bomb threats being called in directly tied to Donald Trump's rhetoric that is the inciting of political violence that MAGA doesn't want to face. They just want to cast blame. And they're doing so, like I said, in such an insidious way, especially with this post from Elon Musk. Elon took to his gigantic platform on Twitter, responding to Doge designer writing why they want to kill Donald Trump. And Elon wrote, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden or Kamala Harris. Now I can't even get inside the mind of why the most followed man on Twitter would tweet out what is essentially an encouragement of an assassination attempt on the president or the vice president. I can't even begin to conceptualize why he would think that's okay. But of course, Elon Musk doesn't care about the safety or security of anyone, let alone the president or vice president. But eventually he did. After so much confrontation, take this tweet down. Thank God. The fact that he ever put it up is disgusting. But it wasn't just him taking it down that showed what a terrible message it was. He was called out, getting what he deserves, getting called out by the White House for this disgraceful tweet, and I want to check that out. Right here, ABC reports the White House condemns irresponsible Elon Musk post on assassination attempt. Musk asked why no one is even trying to assassinate Biden, or Kamala on X. The White House on Monday decried a now-deleted post by Elon Musk on X as irresponsible in the Sunday night post, which he made after the second apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Musk, who owns the platform, responded to a user who asked why they want to kill Donald Trump in his post. Musk wrote, "As we saw, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden or Kamala." Following intense backlash, Musk deleted the post and walked it back as a joke. Early Monday, the post got nearly 40 million impressions before being deleted. Well, one lesson I've learned is that just because I say something to a group and they laugh doesn't mean it's going to be all that hilarious as a post on X. Musk wrote, "Turns out that jokes are way less funny if people don't know the context and the delivery is plain text." He added shortly after responding to the post on Monday, "The White House condemned Musk for having joked about or encouraged violence, as President Biden and Vice President Harris said after yesterday's disturbing news there is no place for political violence or for any violence ever in our country, and we all must do our part to ensure that this incident does not lead to more violence." The statement read, "Violence should not only be condemned, never encouraged or joked about. The rhetoric is irresponsible." The White House added, "Musk has endorsed Trump, and Trump has said he would tap Musk to lead a government efficiency commission if elected. I thought Donald Trump was a child." Well, I know Donald Trump is a child, but the fact that Elon Musk had to say he learned his lesson as an adult with the platform he has of not encouraging violence. What is wrong with this person? What is wrong with this movement that only seeks political gain out of events where they just want to complain about them and grift? A little bit, of course, that's important. Donald Trump had to send out his fundraising email, but they never say seek to make anything better. It's just disgraceful. It's just sad. And while we are on the topic of this, I wanted to keep updating this story. And now we have new information on what the FBI described as an assassination attempt yesterday. And I want to check that out.
As former President Trump was moving through the fifth fairway across the course and out of sight of the sixth green, the agent, who was visually sweeping the area of the sixth green, saw the subject armed with what he perceived to be a rifle and immediately discharged his firearm. The subject, who did not have line of sight to the former president, fled the scene. He did not fire or get off any shots at our agent.
We continue to learn new information as the story develops, like the nature of the political ideologies of the suspected attempted assailant yesterday, who it seems like has a wide range of political ideologies and was a former Donald Trump supporter. And it's why it's then so disingenuous and so dangerous for Republicans like Tommy Tuberville to make comments like this.
They're trying to kill the only guy that has a chance to get this fixed. And of course, President Biden, I don't know who's running our country, but somebody needs to step to the plate and at least act like you care about a Republican candidate. But they truly don't. They could care less. There needs to be SEAL teams. There needs to be military. Larry, I don't know what these people are thinking. And of course, Chuck Schumer and McConnell and all these people up here are running around with all kinds of security in Washington, D.C. And the one man that we need to protect his life is Donald Trump, and they refuse to do it.
Republicans keep saying this. They keep saying they are trying to kill Trump. They are after him, who is this day. This was a disturbed individual, we've seen it before, who shouldn't have had access to a gun. That's what we should be talking about, not pushing these V conspiracies that only seek to divide or make people scared. Again, these are people who want to complain. They want to grift. That's about it. It's about all they're capable of. And it's absolutely ridiculous that they're trying to blame Democrats for this. And I think Jessica Taroff had a great response to that.
Nobody who's being an honest broker can possibly believe that the Democratic rhetoric is the problem here. So if the issue is that We're saying all the time that he's like Hitler and he's a threat to democracy. And by the way, J.D. Vance has also said that he's like Hitler, and I guess he's redeemed now. But Donald Trump sent a fundraising email just last week that said Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. And only one of these candidates has inspired people who send pipe bombs to leading Democrats across the country, who has inspired mass shooters. Talk about firing up the base. Donald Trump has been doing that since 2016. Remember when he said the Second Amendment people could take care of it? When he was talking about Hillary Clinton abolishing the Second Amendment and she'll get to appoint judges. He talked about, remember that congressman from Montana who body slammed a reporter and he said, he's my type. He retruthed or whatever it was, a video of Joe Biden hogtied. Just back in
that was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Your examples
hilarious.
are so tiny.
No, they're
We're
not.
talking about an attempted assassination that left a man dead. A shooter groomed and incentivized by a drumbeat of demonization.
You have no idea what
can
that
call people.
registered
No.
Republican
You can call
was.
people.
If you want to support what we're doing, as always, you can hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.